Greg Shoemaker, TriState Football, here with Anderson head coach Evan Dreyer. And Evan, well, last season, 8-6, but you made it all the way to the regional finals. I know you talked earlier last season about overcoming injuries, and this team did a good job of it last year. But getting to the regional finals, how's that rubbed off on what you see here in the preseason?
I think, the biggest thing is that we got back to kind of where we wanted to play, how we wanted to play, and overcame some adversity last season by going 5-5 and then making a run. And I think that was key for us to play for a trophy. And now it's getting back to it with a group of seniors that some are inexperienced, some are experienced, and it's exciting for us to get better this offseason and go against some really good guys this preseason.
I want to talk a little bit about your defense before we get into this massive offense that you have. But talk a little bit about that side of the ball. I know guys like Joey Emmerich had a good year. Camp's back. Talk about that side of the football.
I think defensively we have to improve to get where we want to be. And I think everybody talks about it. I understand it. Our coaching staff understands it, that defensively we have to improve to get where we want to be. And I think our defensive style this year is going to be very different than you've seen in the past. And we got some really experienced guys. We got some good linebackers. David Norgren and Owen Bergman are coming out, and they're going to have a breakout season. Then we got guys behind them with Joey Emmerich, TJ Nelson, and Patterson McHugh to follow up. And I think it's exciting for our guys to understand that our defense is going to lead us to where we want to go.
Let's look at this offense. I mean, man, you've had some explosive offenses in the past. Even though you have a new quarterback in Burnham, I mean, my gosh, the weapons. You got to be just tickled to death with all the guys you have that you can open up the game to.
I think it's interesting because this is probably the most depth we've had from a skill position standpoint. I've never had two tight ends that are really, really good. Jack and Caden are top tier guys, but they're also really, really good guys in our program. They work really, really hard, and then you throw in Brody Berg and Mikey Smith, who are great leaders. And I truly understand how hard they work, and what they're excited for is their senior season. And there's nothing like an 18-year-old man getting ready for a senior season that they love and respect our program, and they're going to do everything for it. So we got great depth there, and we're going to spread the ball out, and there's going to be some times where we run the ball with Brody and then throw it around and to a couple of receivers, and one of them's pretty damn good at Trace Jalek.
You look at some of the, just over the years when you have one class of seniors, but yet, you got a junior class that could end up being just as good. How important is it to filter down from a senior class to a junior class, that kind of leadership and winning tradition?
I think it started when we got here. Our older guys coach our younger guys, and that's what you have to do to build a program. And it's just not a one-year wonder around here. And I think we're getting there, and we're close to turning the page of how it's supposed to be and how winning programs from year to year keep winning. You look at the great programs from the Dale Mueller of Highlands to Steve Chanel at Edgewood to Vince Siriano, Anderson. All those guys had older guys that coached younger guys, but they also had a great coaching staff that played for them, and we're getting our coaching staff that played at Anderson to come back and coach our younger guys. So it's one of those things where the tradition will always continue, and Vince and Jeff did that before us, and we're going to keep it trending forward.
When you look at your coaching tree now, I mean, you've been doing this almost decade and a half almost as a head coach, over 100 wins now in your career. But you got guys like Nick Osborne who coached underneath you, guys like Jeremy Flug. How fun is it to see them guys go on and get head coaching jobs and just say, yeah, those guys were with me for a while?
I think it's pretty cool because a lot of it was, throwing the ball around and having some fun, and these guys have taken their own little snippet of and went elsewhere. I love talking about Jeff Essick and Brian Pitzer and those guys in the Southern Buckeye that do things differently and are competing for championships versus the Clinton Matthews of the world. And then you got Flug that is trying to build it up in Purcell. So a lot of guys that have coached with me, and it was a great time. And got guys that moved on to college as well. And I love being around guys that have made our program better and made our coaching staff better. So I appreciate everything they've done.
One last question for you. I'll let you go. The ECC, man, has it gotten better from top to bottom? Talk about this league and how fun it is to prepare on a Friday night.
I think there's no down games. You throw in Lebanon and Little Miami now, and what they've done, it's exciting for the fact that Wood Woods won a state title 2 years ago. Kings went to the Final Four last year. Everybody's chasing somebody, and we're going to try to chase somebody each and every Friday night to make sure we win and get on top and make sure we're ready to go for the playoffs.
There you go. Evan Dreyer, the head coach of the Anderson Raptors.